Today's poem is Home by British Somali poet Warsan Shire, who was born in Kenya in 1988 and raised in London to Somali parents. It's a raw, profoundly heartfelt poem describing reasons people abandon their homes, possessions, and even loved ones to undertake gravely perilous flight across often hostile lands. Though commonly subjected to hate-fueled abuse at their destination, it's less lethal than the rampaging death and torture at home. The idea that refugees are for the most part simply seeking economic improvement is both scurrilous and ignorant. It is, however, what rich people do habitually with their money and their families. Home is clearly written by someone who knows what she's talking about. I've my granddaughter, Bella, to thank for sending me this poem, which arrived a day after our Prime Minister Johnson wrote to President Macron, suggesting France do more to help the UK take back control of its borders, as advertised in his oven-ready Brexit campaign, by allowing Britain to land in France and take partial control of France's borders. As with much of Johnson's delusional autocratic hubris, you couldn't make this up. Home. No one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. You only run for the border when you see the whole city running as well. Your neighbours running faster than you, the boy you went to school with who kissed you dizzy behind the old tin factory, is holding a gun bigger than his body. You only leave home when home won't let you stay. No one would leave home unless home chased you, fire under your feet, hot blood in your belly. It's not something you ever thought about doing, and so when you did, you carried the anthem under your breath, waiting until the airport toilet to tear up the passport and swallow each mouthful of paper, making it clear that you would not be going back. You have to understand, no one puts their children in a boat unless the water is safer than the land. Who would choose to spend days and nights in the stomach of a truck unless the miles travelled meant something more than journey? No one would choose to crawl under fences, be beaten until your shadow leaves you, raped, then drowned, forced to the bottom of the boat because you are darker, be sold, starved, shot at the border like a sick animal, be pitied, lose your name, lose your family, make a refugee camp a home for a year or 2 or 10, stripped and searched. Find prison everywhere, and if you survive and you are greeted on the other side with go home blacks, refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers sucking our country dry of milk, dark, with their hands out, smell strange, savage. Look what they've done to their own countries. What will they do to ours? The dirty looks in the street, softer than a limb torn off. The indignity of everyday life, more tender than 14 men who look like your father between your legs. Insults easier to swallow than rubble, than your child's body in pieces. For now, forget about pride. Your survival is more important. I want to go home, but home is the mouth of a shark. Home is the barrel of the gun, and no one would leave home unless home chased you to the shore, unless home tells you, leave what you could not behind, even if it was human. No one leaves home until home is a damp voice in your ear saying, leave, run now. I don't know what I've become.